The Sonic movie has been out for over a month and a half at this point, so I'm going to assume that spoilers are no longer a thing we have to worry about. If you cared that much about the end reveal, you would have seen it already. Seriously, when you look up Sonic Movie 2 on YouTube, one of the first autofills is for Shadow the Hedgehog. Spoilers, I guess. I've been seeing a lot of discourse online regarding Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie, not the video game, mainly regarding the post-credit scene, which features a gun soldier telling their commander about finding the coordinates to a secret black site containing what other than Project Shadow. This undoubtedly had every Sonic fan leaving the theater grinning from ear to ear, especially if you hadn't been spoiled. Personally, when I was in the ticket line, there were apparently people standing right at the front discussing the scene, but thankfully my friend who didn't care as much had time to put their hands over my ears so I couldn't be spoiled. I'm telling you, if I had managed to go all that time without any spoilers and find out what happened as I was entering the theater, there would have been hell to pay. Anyways, instead of then speculating about things such as how they're going to handle a story of Sonic Movie 3, whether or not they're going to use Shadow as an excuse for a slightly darker tone, or even how they're going to translate his arc from Sonic Adventure 2 into a PG movie for babies, if at all. Because I don't know, I don't see little girl death and the old man being shot down by firing squad as something focus groups would be too fond of. Maria! Instead of all that, the biggest question on everybody's mind is, who's gonna be voicing Shadow in the next film? Would it be a previous voice actor reprising their role similar to Tails for Sonic 2? Would it be David Humphrey? How about Jason Griffith? Oh, let's hope to God it's not Kurt Thornton. Or perhaps, they'd go with the way more probable idea, and that's to cast a celebrity as the voice for Shadow, with the two biggest contenders I'm seeing right now being Robert Pattinson of the recent Batman fame, and Keanu Reeves, who's obviously most well known for his role in the SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run. That's what he's known for, right? From what I've been seeing online, people would really seem to prefer the former, having a previous voice actor from the games return to voice the Hedgehog. But not only do they want that to happen, a lot of people I'm seeing are sure that will happen. Now, if you're like me, you probably hear that and go, well, keep dreaming, buddy. There's no way they'd pass up on getting a celebrity for Sonic 3. But this has for some reason resulted in Twitter wars, where people who clearly have no idea how movie making, or especially movie marketing works, jumping through hoops and pulling out the dumbest reasons for why they're sure Shadow will be voiced by a former actor, already experienced with the character. From the way that was worded, you can probably guess where my opinion on the matter lies. And so today I'm going to go over some of the reasons I see people give for why Shadow will be voiced by one of these three guys in Sonic Movie 3. And while I indeed believe that Shadow is much more likely to be played by a celebrity, let's just hope it's not Chris Pratt though.
It's me.
My name is Shadow.
But first, being a Sonic fanboy, you probably aren't being exposed to much vitamin D, are ya? Meaning you're way more likely to experience male pattern baldness. You wouldn't want to end up looking like Dr. Eggman, would you? Thankfully, today's video is sponsored by Keeps, which is an online subscription service that helps men keep their hair. You can get quality expert hair care without ever visiting a doctor or pharmacy, with their doctor recommended treatments delivered straight to your door. They even have 24/7 care. They're to support you in making all your hair goals a reality. And you have unlimited messaging so you can connect with your doctor at any time about anything. Probably not his favorite Sonic game though, let's keep it focused on the hair. Not only that, but you'll also get refill reminders, so you'll never run low on the products needed to take care of your hair. So why wouldn't you go to keeps.com/splashdash, or click the link in the description to get 50% off your first order. That's keeps.com/splashdash. And thanks to Keeps for sponsoring this video. So, Shadow the Hedgehog. Aren't I hilarious, guys? Now, first of all, you may be asking yourself, come on, Splash Dash. Do people really think they're gonna bring back an older actor to play Shadow in Sonic Movie 3? Or are you just making up an argument that doesn't exist? And sadly, no. I've seen people... Sorry, let me rephrase. I've seen kids, especially on Twitter, not only argue that Shadow will be voiced by a previous voice actor, but also get mad at people who rightfully discuss why that's not likely to happen. So let's look at some of their arguments and see why they're wrong. Wow, I sure am being an asshole today. Sorry guys, I lost at Fortnite earlier and I'm still pissed about it. Let's start with without a doubt the biggest reason I see folks give as to why Shadow is going to be voiced by a prior actor. And that's the fact that Tails in Sonic Movie 2 was voiced by Colleen O'Shaughnessy, who as we all know has been voicing the character for almost a decade, starting back with Sonic Boom in 2014. I think it's important to not look at this decision in a vacuum and go, well, it's possible for Tails, that means it's possible for Shadow too, because it ignores so many external factors as to why Tails was voiced by her in the first place. Now, Tails was featured in the post-credit scenes for the first Sonic movie, where he was also voiced by Colleen. The decision was probably made for a variety of reasons, with the main ones being that they have literally one line of dialogue, so there's no need in getting a big-name actor, as not only would it be a big waste of money, as they couldn't use their name in marketing as to not spoil the reveal, but also because Colleen would just be way cheaper in general to hire, instead of someone like, I don't know, young Sheldon. Remember, Paramount is a billion-dollar corporation. Making you happy comes after making money. And also, if you haven't noticed by now, Paramount are a teensy-weensy bit fucking terrified of the Sonic fanbase. The response to the first design for Sonic must have given them goddamn PTSD, because the second we see any complaint being given towards something, Paramount are quick to correct that shit, such as Clean's name not being featured on the poster along with Tika Sumpter. Was this done because Paramount hate women? Or was it done because nobody on planet Earth has ever said, "Oh fuck, we gotta see this movie, Colleen O'Shaughnessy is in it"? No offense to her, by the way, I love her as Teals, but it's just the truth. It's nothing against her as a person or as an actress, it's sadly just the way the business works. She doesn't put butts in the seats quite like James Marsden or Idris Elba. Hell, this wasn't even exclusive to her. For the first movie, not even Sonic's fucking voice actor got credited on the main poster, only listing Jim Carrey and James Marsden, because at that point Ben Schwartz wasn't as big a name as those two. Where was the outcry over this? But before his actor was even revealed, we were seeing tweets everywhere saying that they better get Colleen back as Teals, and I can only guess that Paramount realized that not only could they get more points from the fandom for seeming like they're on their side, but also, they probably realized that getting Idris Elba on the roster was more than enough marketing power. You think there's a reason why Colleen wasn't invited onto Jimmy Kimmel Live? It's because Colleen wasn't there to sell the movie. She was purely there for Paramount to throw the fans a bone, which isn't a bad thing at all. Colleen for the fan base, and Idris for the general market. It's kind of a genius strategy, honestly. However, with Shadow presumably being the main focus of this third entry, I would be genuinely really surprised if Paramount didn't go with a big name celebrity, to further draw in a general audience to want to see the movie. Who do you really think is going to push more ticket sales? Keanu Reeves or Jason Griffith? Another reason I see people give is that David Humphrey and Jason give such good performances as a character, and they should be respected by one of them getting the chance to voice them in the movie. And while it is true that they both give fantastic takes on the character, honestly they're both about equal in my mind. Both of their takes are too different to rank them, but I love them both. Especially this line.
This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
But I still don't get where this respect argument comes from. If Paramount really wanted to respect the voice talents, then Shadow would be voiced by Kirk Thornton, considering he's the current actor for Shadow at this point in time. But we all know that if that were to happen, half the fanbase would throw a hissy fit, because seriously, who likes Kirk Thornton's Shadow? Again, nothing against him by the way, it's 100% down to Sega's poor direction. Have you heard this man in other shit? He sounds great. Hell, I even love him as Orbot, especially in the Sonic Boom TV show. But I don't get where this idea comes from that Shadow wouldn't be good if he were voiced by a celebrity. I see this come up all the time, where people don't want a famous person playing an existing character in a movie. You know, unless it's an actor they like, in which all the crying suddenly goes away. I remember before Ben Schwartz was announced as Sonic for the first movie, everyone was saying it needed to be Roger. Roger or nothing. Then they announced who it really was, and everybody collectively went, "Oh, you know what? He doesn't sound that bad." And I don't think a single person shed a tear over finding out that Knuckles was being voiced by Idris Elba. In fact, everybody was praising this decision, despite him also just being a celebrity. And now look at them. Tons of people are saying these are their favorite interpretations of the characters. Why wouldn't we allow that possibility for Shadow too? Hell, Colleen isn't even the first Teals voice actor. I understand this more with a character like Mario, who's been voiced by Charles Martinet for ages. You know, at this point he is Mario. But Sonic characters have their voices changed every other week. At this point in time, there are currently three Sonic voices running concurrently right now. Roger Craig Smith, Ben Schwartz, and now Devin Mack for Sonic Prime. Well, I guess 4 if we count Tim Robinson, who's going to be voicing the ugly Sonic movie design in that awful-looking Chip and Dale movie. Because obviously, the more references to things I know makes a movie better, right guys? And I don't personally think this is too big of a problem. If anything, I'd rather each version of Sonic be its own unique thing. I'd prefer less cross-contamination between the different iterations. Because now we have a movie series where everyone is played by a new actor, instead of Teals for some reason. Again, she did a good job though. Jesus, how much you want to bet somebody's going to take this as an anti-Colleen O'Shaughnessy video. Again, my favorite Teals voice actor, guys. I think this all comes down to one big thing. Sonic fans enjoy the familiar, and I can't exactly blame them. The franchise has never been known for its consistent quality, and because of that the concept of change is scary, because of how much it's blown up in the past. However, when it comes down to something like a voice actor in a big budget movie that takes place in a separate universe to the main games, then I don't really see why it's a big deal they'd want to get a celebrity to play one of the main characters. Honestly, I love it. That we live in a world where we can have someone like Jim fucking Carrey post a picture to Twitter where he has a goddamn Dr. Robotnik first floor figure statue in one of his rooms. Isn't that like kinda cool? Wouldn't it be the slightest bit funny to have to watch Keanu Reeves or Robert Pattinson sit in an interview and talk about Shadow the Hedgehog of all things? Not to mention their voices just kinda suits them.
Hey, where is he?
They know you're coming.
Of course. but it won't matter.
Vengeance won't change the past. Mine or anyone else's.
I don't know, Sonic is a franchise where I don't necessarily mind if they aren't doing exactly what I want them to do, as long as it means that the general public are enjoying it, and therefore making it a more popular brand. I didn't think Sonic 2 was all that great of a film, heresy I know, but I could not be happier with how big of a hit it was. I want Sonic to be seen and loved by as many people as possible, and I think a perfect way for them to do that would be by having Shadow be voiced by a big name celebrity in the next film. More positive attention on Sonic can only be a good thing. We all know how much we need that with a series. Really, the conclusion to all this is, Sonic fans have no idea how business or marketing works. I remember seeing someone genuinely say that Paramount should have released the second movie on a Tuesday. Just to reference Sonic Tuesday, like what fucking big budget Hollywood movie comes out on a goddamn Tuesday? So yeah, that's why I'm like 99% certain Shadow the Hedgehog is going to be voiced by a celebrity for the third film. I implore you to please argue in the comments below as to why I'm wrong because you personally like other voices. You know, if I actually did the impossible and brought back an old actor for Sonic Movie 3, I'm gonna look like a real idiot right now. If that happens, then, this video isn't real. You're just dreaming right now. Ooh.